So today I'm making shrimp Alfredo stuffed shells. I do need 16 ounces and this is a 12-ounce thing. I'm supposed to use a pound of shrimp, but I only have 12 ounces because I was not paying attention at the store. Use 2 teaspoons per recipe and I'm doubling it. So that's 4 and 3 teaspoons is a tablespoon, so yeah, like that. I also have some spinach to put in there to wilt down when the sauce is done. Add a little bit of greenery so that way I don't feel so bad about eating so unhealthy and using this much butter. All that cheesy goodness. So that is what it looks like. And there's dinner for tonight. So tonight for dinner we are having fried chicken. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just cutting the chicken to marinate them in my buttermilk mixture. And I have my hot sauce and spices right here. And if you hear something in the background, it's my son. He's having a snack. So I'm just cutting it down. Basically, I think butterflying it's what it's called. Or I just kind of cut it in half. Then I'm going to stick it in the bag. So I did make some buttermilk with vinegar and just regular milk because I thought, why buy it when I can just make it? So that's been sitting for about 5 minutes. So I'm going to pour that in. And then my spices and my hot sauce, which I just used sriracha. So it is now 7 o'clock. And I'm going to start prepping my potatoes because I'm going to do sweet potato fries. And then I have a regular one because my husband doesn't like sweet potatoes. So I'm going to do a regular potato for him. So I'm just going to cut these up. And I have a bowl of ice water sitting here. And I'm just going to do an ice bath. I about dropped my knife on my foot. That was not looking good. So I'm going to add a tiny pinch of salt and then some of this fry and steak burger seasoning. Toss to coat. And the reason I didn't add a whole bunch is because I can always add more at the end, but I can't take away. I just added a cup of flour and a half a cup of cornstarch to this mixture because I am going to air fry it, and I've never done air fried chicken before, or chicken in the air fryer before, especially fried chicken, so I hope it turns out good. And then I have my marinated chicken. It's been marinating for quite a while now. And I'm going to throw 2 to 3 tablespoons. So 1 tablespoon. I might add 3. I just want to make it a tad bit like sticky, I think is what the recipe said. And I'm just going to do one piece at a time and kind of dredge it through. And then place it in the air fryer. I shake it off, dredge it through. So they're in there and you want to spray the tops. I already sprayed that one by accident. I'm going to do 375 for 15 minutes. And then after that, I'll probably take them out, test them, flip them if I need to. So there has been a slight, well, depending on what you call slight, change of plans. I do not want to wait 2 hours for my fried chicken to be done in the air fryer, so I'm gonna do it on the stove. That way, if the air fryer method doesn't work out, we still have chicken. So I just grabbed the chicken out of the air fryer, and this is what it looks like. I don't know if we're gonna eat this. I'll make my husband try it. I mean, it looks done. The temperature's done on the inside. So this is dinner for tonight. Fried chicken, homemade fries, and corn on the cob. So tonight for dinner we are having pepper steak. And it's really, really easy. You just get this stir-fry meat and you brown it up. And then you cut up bell peppers and mushrooms and saute them, and then make some brown gravy. Throw it all together. So basically you're just going to cut up the bell pepper and the mushrooms, saute them in a pan with some oil. And I might add some Worcestershire sauce to it. That'd be really good. Salt and pepper, and then that's done. Now, like I said, add your meat. Throw it over rice. It's one of the easiest meals to make. And you want to kind of cut them into strips like that. Same thing with the mushrooms. So this isn't something my grandma did, but it's something I'm going to do. I'm going to add some of this Montreal steak seasoning to this stir-fry steak, and then some garlic salt. And then I'm going to add some onion powder to the veggies. Not a lot. Not a lot, just a little bit. Add probably a lot of that because it's one of my husband's favorite seasonings. And of course you don't want the stuff to burn like I just did. So I'd say cook over like a medium heat. Or Cheshire. I love this stuff. This actually was one of the recipes I grew up on. My grandma made it a lot. My grandpa grew up on a ranch, so he ate a lot of beef, of course. And he does not prefer chicken, so I've got quite a few ground beef steak recipes in the back of my mind. Don't walk away from the gravy, you will burn it. And then you basically just combined everything. And mix it together. And I'm just going to let it sit for a couple minutes to kind of soak up everything and let the flavors all melt together. Seriously, one of the best recipes. And this is the only time I'll ever eat steak, anything other than medium rare. That's how good it is. And that is dinner all plated up. We have the brown rice and the steak, and I just served it with some of this sauerkraut on the side. That's not what my mom used to serve it with, but that's what I'm serving it with tonight. So tonight we're gonna have chicken Parmesan and green beans. So I have 2 chicken breasts right on top of each other. They're huge, and then one little one here. Spaghetti that I'm going to cook, and I'm going to use this shake and bake, and it tells you like how to do it on the side, and I've never done that before. And then I'm also going to use tomato paste to make marinara sauce instead of buying the marinara sauce, because if so, then it's going to be a lot cheaper and there won't be like as much crap in it. It's going to take a while for the tomato paste to turn into marinara sauce, because all the flavors have to melt together, and basically the acidity, or the sugar has to neutralize the acidity. So this is going to be cooking the longest. So I'm going to start this first, and then boil the spaghetti and the chicken, and then do the green beans in the air fryer last. So there's dinner all plated up. Got the green beans and the chicken over spaghetti. But I did have to make one slight change, and that's I used pepper jack in place of mozzarella, because I realized I forgot to grab mozzarella at the store. So we shall see how this turns out. And that's dinner for tonight. So tonight I am making garlic Parmesan pasta with roasted butternut squash. So tonight for dinner we are having sausage and bean ragu is what the recipe's called. It's been a really rough day, so I'm just going to do something really simple. Just boil the pasta, brown the meat up, you know, throw the broccoli in with the pasta at the very last minute, drain it, throw it all together, and then that's dinner. So I've just mixed everything together, the beans, the pasta, the broccoli, everything. I'm going to add a tiny bit of chicken broth. And this is actually the pasta water. And I've just threw some chicken bouillon in it, because pasta water, if you throw it in your stuff, it really helps stuff stick to the pasta. And so I just threw some chicken broth in there. Just throw in a little oregano, not a whole lot unless you like oregano. I don't prefer it, so I'm just throwing in a little. And I just threw the broccoli in when there was like 2 minutes left of boil time. And then a whole bunch of powdered Parmesan. And this is basically why you threw the chicken broth in there, so that way this stuff can adhere to the pasta. And then you can top it with like ranch, which is what we're probably going to do. And that's dinner for tonight. So tonight we are having fajitas. I have about 1.5 pounds of shrimp in this bowl. I have some bell peppers and some fajita seasoning. So I'm going to cut everything up and throw it on a baking sheet and then bake it in the oven and do just sheet pan fajitas instead of like sauteing it in a pan. And this is what they look like. So I'm going to bake them and plate them up and then show you what they look like. I also added onion. I forgot to mention that.